And then this one.
Or is it the other way?
Okay, so the pressure manometer works, you can monitor the pressure of your peep and your tip from the pressure monitor. Yeah, I'll tell you that in a minute.
Okay.
So, a little bit over. So the pressure manometer becomes a safety device. Yours is different. It can be used for monitoring, but you can't pop off the pressure. And I'm going to tell you about that. Okay, so go ahead and play with that bag again, just like you did the other one. Okay,
You gotta hook that up. On that one.
Well, they were both touching it and drinking, so.
Oh, you turned it on?
Oh,
I ain't drinking. I don't know what's going on.
yeah, get 20.
What are we not doing now?
20 or 4 and bag goes back. 20 or 4 and bag goes back. Huh?
There we go. You have to put it.
I'm going. Like, no, I it was weird because it wasn't. You would think that it would.
It
You see anything coming up?
Yeah.
Oh, you feel it? Oh, a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, are we good?
Maybe.
Your peeps a little high, and it's going to slow it down a little bit. You notice this goes in 2 increments.
Okay.
Turn your flow up a little bit. I wonder if the tubing's not in there too. Any place you might have a source of a leak will cause that too.
That's the peak.
About right there. Yeah, try that. Now this is the calorie. It shouldn't go below.
So if it's not reaching 20, do we add more peeps? Or flow?
Well, the peep is for this part, so it's dropping down to.
What is it going to? 0? So there's no peep.
There's a little bit of peep.
No, we're not just Brian, Luther, and Samuel.
Oh, so it's like some right with
Trade.
Built in.
This is a disposable, isn't it?
Now, let me tell you the safety of the pop-off. Yours will not have that because it's just a manometer. Come around here, guys, so you're on one bed.
Okay.
So the pressure manometer was there as a safety pop-off, okay? Because sometimes, especially these non-disposable bags, after many, many times being used and being in Fidex, this little screw up, it's very delicate. I mean, it can become capped off very easily. And a lot of times you'll see the nurses, especially in the morning, they clean linens, they clean the baby and everything. And where do they put the bag? It has to be readily accessible, so it has to be in vision, right? And they're by sight. So they'll their favorite place is to put it down here, they'll put it in the bed out of the way, or they'll put it on the little shelf at the back, okay? And sometimes they'll just take it and press it when they're done, and it'll fit. It hits the plexiglass and can inadvertently become closed off. That's why I said if the baby's intubated in particular, before you take them off the bag and before suctioning to hyperoxygenate, make sure you put your glove finger inside of here and check the pressure. It just takes 1 or 2 seconds to do, okay? Okay, and so once the shift in the morning, whether the baby's intubated on the vent or they're on the cannula, because remember, babies can have apnea too, and potentially can need PPV. So you want to check the safety pressure pop-off on the manometer. Now, if they're on a cannula, and of course this bag's going to be close to the bedside, I want you to try to get away from the baby, this in particular, as far as you can. Usually they're mounted back there. But do it quickly, because the nurses get a little nervous when they hear this noise. And if they hear that long enough, one, it agitates the baby. They don't like that harsh noise. And the nurses get a little, "Rear!" They're like, "What are you doing?" And they will run to the bedside, especially if you have students on your yeah, they get a little nervous. So, and they're going to ask you, what are you doing? Because the therapists are supposed to check these, but I've seen more often than not, they've gotten out of how to do it. Disclaimer to that is, some of the new manometers don't have this safety pop-off, so there's no way to check it. There's no way to adjust it. But the older ones will. And if they have these, I want you to check it. So, if, say, for an example, if this becomes occluded, and you were to put this bag on the baby, it's only going to go to 4, which is still too high. So the baby's been ventilated on a peak pressure 20. You want to set this at about 5 to 10 above, okay? So how do you do it? You open this valve, and you can put your finger in there. I'm going to put it at 30. Okay? So now I know, even if this becomes completely occluded, it's only going to go to 30 if you put it on the patient. All right? And then I open it back up. I go back to getting my 20 peak pressure that I want. Okay? So this is your flow rate valve. This is a pressure manometer safety pop-off by adjusting it. It has the same kind of holes to divert the flow as this does. That's what limits your pressure. Okay? So I want you to practice setting this. Let's try to set the pop-off at 25. And y'all don't have manometers.